tell me when. Hi there. So now we have 3 of these completed. That's great. Okay. Let's move on to the next step. We have 3 of these. What we want to do is place them inside a mid adapter. So as we said before, this is a mid adapter. It has 3 holes at the top to accept these pieces, which are the 5/10s. And what you do is you thread one through, like this, and you push it through. You want to push this so that it's flush. You might hear a click. It might be a little more difficult to push through, but it will get flush. There's a tiny lip that you will see that's raised above that should be there. You should have it just like that. What you want to do now is take this switch and you want to put it in these posts in here. So you see these 2 little walls? These are the walls that hold the switch. So you want to make sure you put it in the right one because there's 3 of them. So wherever you put in this gold connector, to the left of it, you want to use those walls. So for us, that would be this one. And you can see there's 2 walls right here. We're going to use those 2 walls. So what you do is you turn the switch so that it's in line because it's going to pop out of here. This is a completed unit for you to see. You can see the 3 switches. They pop out, and the purpose is so that someone can flick them on and off. So here you're going to see that we can now take the switch, we can bend it, and when you bend it, it's able to start coming into place. And you can bend it into the walls. So I'm going to bend it, use this finger to place it in, and with a little bit of playing around, it's now sitting inside the wall. It's not aligned yet. You can see it's still not in place, but with your finger you can guide it into place. So you just slide it, slide it, slide it down with your finger. Keep sliding it, then you can see the switch is now in line. And you want to make sure that the nub, the black piece, is sticking out for you to flick with your finger. So once it's in line, you want to push on it so that it pushes out. So you push on it, you keep pushing till you can push no more. And you'll now see you can touch, when you run your finger along, it sticks out. And that's what you want. So that's done. That's one of them. We did that 3 times for this piece right here. And so now we have 3 connectors at the top, 3 switches that all stick out. Once you have this done, you now have 3 red wires and 3 black wires. What you want to do is you want to twist them together. So for example, we'll start with 2 wires. These 2 red ones. They may be different heights because you may have cut them different, but it doesn't matter. So take these 2 red wires, just twist them together. Pretty easy. Twist. So those 2 are now stuck together. And there's a 3rd wire you want to add to this, so we can just twist this too. And twist everybody together. It's a party. Yeah. Now do the same thing for the black ones. This one's really short. I don't know why, but whatever. So what we can do is we can just continue. Let's do these 2 first. And then the 3rd one comes here. May want to bend the wire a bit so that it comes in line because its height is different. And again, I'm just twisting them. It's pretty easy. Take some handiwork, but once you have it twisted, what you want to do is you want to make sure these stay together because we're going to be moving them around a bit. So we'll turn on our precise iron like last time. Make sure it gets hot. You can hear it. And we're just going to put the solder the tip right next to the wire and just feed the solder. You're going to see it just wicks right on. It's nice and shiny. So now these wires are forever together. Much like marriage. Okay. For better or for worse. And then here you have black. And you do the same thing. Put this iron here. Let's get everything stuck together. And just like that, they're all together. And just like that, you have finished the top part of your mid adapter. Now what you would do is you would actually have a bottom piece that connects to this. So this is an example of a completed bottom piece. So you can see how it's a gold piece as well. It's a different gold piece than these. It has wires coming out of it as well, and it's been glued into this plastic piece. What you would do is you would strip these two wires. You would glue them respectively, red to red, black to black, and you would compress everything inside and compress these together. And that will let you finish this piece, because now you have a connector that screws onto the battery pack. We also would have put glue in here. You can either glue it before putting the solder, or you can do it after. The switches currently can still be moved, obviously, because we put them in place with our fingers. So what will be best is to put a putty around and to pour epoxy in once the switches have been sealed. Because if you pour epoxy before putting glue for the switches, it oozes out of the crevices and then seals the switches, and their nubs can no longer move. They're not switches anymore. Before you pour the epoxy in and fill the whole thing, typically we want screw atomizers on here and click on this piece. What this lets us do is make sure these are aligned when this is gluing on the inside. We'll go over that in another video. See you next time.